This is a game called Tag Pro. You might have heard of it.
What's
The
it?
idea, the idea of the game is to get the flag from one base to the other. And, well, I think, well, my guess is that the blue team in this half are going to wreck. That's my prediction, for what it's
Yeah,
worth.
and Tagenham as well. We're gonna Tagenham as well.
No, I think the grapefruit team is just ridiculously powerful. The grapefruit and Fred and D and Dets and player on O. It's just going to be silly.
Yeah, but I think the player's pretty cool. Dets has been doing kind of good sometimes and kind of worse lately other times. But Nip's also pretty good, like them as well. Crescent Wilson's good. Not sure about Crescent. So Hypernome has the flag and he is out of it. Oh, by the way, before we do any further and before they make the first cap, we are Meth and Ford in. I'm posing as Dr. McD, and but we don't have the opportunity to nice. And the only ball streaming, thanks for that. So we have both teams trying to get ahead, trying to get the cap, and we have Nip who's trying to get ahead of player there, and that's both going to the right bottom corner, maybe trying to kiss, maybe trying to feed each other out, and as long as they're both in the bottom right corner, neither team can cap. Well, Krez returns that's there with a nice boost, and Nip tries to get ahead of one.
If he gets through that, no, he didn't get through the portal, but if he got ahead of Fred there, he would have been ahead of 3 players. But as it turned out, Fred was in the right place.
We have power ups. They all got caught by the red team. So if red team gets a return now and can get back to base quickly, they might have Hypernome bringing it in. Nice boost there by Hypernome. If they can get play right now, it might be a cap. But Grapefruit's close to Hypo. They kiss.
Yeah, it's not a surprising start so far. Oh, there's the first cap though, out of nowhere.
I have to say there was bad positioning by Wilson and Kress, and also good blocking by Team Blue. Wilson is going to try and bring this in.
Yeah, he's down in the bottom spikes. I mean, it's generally quite easy to get away from these spikes, but whether he can get past the players, well, no. Hypernome grabs. It's not surprising. In this game we just played. So Rolling BC just had a game against Tagenham, and Hypernome had 3 minutes 20 of grab in the final half. He probably had just as much in the other half as well. He's not afraid to get, as a defender, he's not afraid to get. Yeah, that was perhaps a silly choice.
Yeah. Just sitting there, Grapefruit was like, "Are we really gonna do this? Are we really gonna do this?" Okay, just took the bomb and popped him. Okay, Nip has the flag now, and he is trying to get ahead of all of them. He has a nice boost and manages to get ahead of 3, but gets popped by player who has a nice boost return there. Seems like he was intentionally leaving that spot open so that he could boost, and that Nip thought he was safe there. So
On a more serious note, is Hypernome actually playing O?
So yeah, he is.
Wow. It's surprising. The defensive powerhouse becomes the offensive powerhouse. We get to see him. I've not seen him juke. I mean, I've not seen his moves yet.
Yeah.
He could be one of these players who doesn't really do that, just the routine, being in the right place, going to the right places. But as we talk, the power-up battle is on. Blue team seems to be coming out on top.
Yeah, blue player won the middle one with GQs, and Grapefruit might be winning the right one. Oh, it was a rolling bomb, wasn't it? It was diffused.
Yeah, so we just end up with 1 GQs, which will be running out in a few seconds. So pretty lackluster power-up battle there.
Yeah. I have to say I'm really impressed with Wilson. I think he's one of the maybe not top names that is still one of the top names. Player grabs with the Choo-Choos. He's away. He's not ahead of all of them. He has to backtrack a bit there, while red team gets returned by blue team. Mew player gets returned there. You think that Grapefruit's gonna win, right?
Yeah, well, just looking at the players individually, they're all very skilled. I'm not sure if the same level of skill it holds for the red team. I'm not sure. I mean,
have to say
is Nip new to the Major League?
I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe he played like another game last week or something. But I haven't seen him around a lot. By the way, Hypernome did just draw against your team, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, it was a very closely fought game. It ended up 1-1, and it's one of these games where it was constantly chasing by both sides.
Yeah.
Unlike this one where flags in base most of the time. Wow, if Nip got sniped in epic style by Dez, and we're back to 0 again.
Yeah, nice return there by Wilson. I hope some team's going to cap at one point because I need to do a Dr. McDonald cap impression, of course. But we're not going to have that just yet, it seems. And that's his away there. That's his away. He is past everyone except Wilson to beat. But
Wilson
and he has to get back.
Sooner, probably. Yeah, he's out anyway.
Wilson grabbed, but Fred has a nice boost return there. And Nip grabs the re-grab and goes right. And he's trying to boost ahead of him. But player is there, so player might catch up to me, doesn't. Power up in the middle, there's attack pro. One team gets it, might give a good advantage to that team. But with
Nip is waiting for the left. Yeah, Nip's waiting for the... And he's got what he wanted, a rolling bomb. It's used already, and now he's down. Hypenham's where he should be.
Yeah, still a lot of players are ahead of the other players, so that means that we don't have a cap just yet here. That's manages to juke there nicely past Wilson. And is trying to go to the right side while Hypenham is trying to backtrack a bit. He knows that player has to re-grab, so he just has to stay alive till that gets returned there. And that's isn't returned quite yet because it's Dets, and he has some nice jukes as well.
Yeah, that's his silly. He'll never let go. He'll grab, and you won't see the flag again for another few minutes.
Just like your ex-girlfriend, you'll never let go. So
oh man.
We have player there who's trying to. He gets returned by Krez, but there's still 2 blue players in base.
Oh, this could be interesting. He's unfortunately right into a blue player, but that was a very speculative boost. I guess you can expect there to be a blue player in the way there. Nip has the re-grab. He's going to pick up a tag pro.
Yeah, he still needs to get that before the other team gets it. And Nip manages to get ahead of a lot of players there, but player has the rolling bomb and the juke juice if he manages to grab there, which he does. He just might get out of base.
Yeah, player is another guy. I think his skill is developing very fast. I was playing some pubs with him earlier, and well, just out of nowhere, he'll appear and take it away.
Yeah, he just did get returned though. Meaning that that's ahead of Nip and Chris, while Wilson is not ahead of anyone. So this still means, because it's hyper reactor, it still means people would just wait for the re-grab. Yep, everybody's waiting for the re-grab. Hyperdome gets it and goes right, while the other team, Fred and Grapefruit, will probably try to chase him, with Red trying to get that. And player saying stuff like great D, no grab, UD. I think he's trying to communicate to his team, but I'm not sure how effective that is, because the other team knows that as well. So Hypernome manages a nice juke and manages to get a rolling bomb there. That gets returned right now. Oh no, player was there to prevent the cap, as well as Fred and Grapefruit. Hypernome picks up a tag pro left, and he'll probably, even if he dies right now, Team Red will have the advantage of having a tag pro in their base, to probably not try to die. That's got the re-grab, and Grapefruit is going to chase after Hypernome again. Grapefruit has a nice boost return there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. With Grapefruit, you never expect it. There's the bomb or the boost, and he'll use it in a novel way, just like that.
That was an incredible boost from That's right there, juking 2 at the same time. If they can block Hypernome right now, it might be a cap. It's not to be, alas, and Hypernome is away there.
Yeah, it's difficult to block when there's no players in base. I think that's the way of Hyper Reactor. You chase, well, it's just hard to get a balance. Once they're out for good.
It seems that I'm one of the few players who actually likes Hyper Reactor. I think it's just an updated version of Koala. And wow, Dets manages to get ahead of all 4 of them with only Hypernome boosting past.
That's a cap.
Is Hypernome gonna make it? It was a cap, and there were absolute pixels in it. Hypernome didn't get the return there.
I wouldn't say there were pixels in that. That was very...
I had to say that. I wanted to say that once.
I can't fault you there. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but it was more like 4 or 5, I think. It wasn't 1. But that's why that's a nice little knot boost from Wilson there.
But if Grapefruit gets the boost, this could easily be another cap if we push him downwards. They've got it.
This is another cap, and it was absolute no pixels in it when Nip just... Oh, Nip almost did get the return there. If he'd been just a little bit faster.
Nice creative attempt there. Unfortunately, too late.
And Nip got the tag pro, and boosted into player, which there were pixels in there as well. Okay, I'll shut up about the pixels. Too many pixels right now.
Oh, unfortunate player not quite getting away there, and that's never going to work.
This is going to be cap for red team with 12 seconds left. Is Fred going to... Fred, no, he doesn't manage to get the return, and Nip gets the gap there. And it's a 1-2 game right now. 1-3 game right now, sorry. Meaning that Red made the pain for Team Red just a little bit worse there. And we see that players on top of the scoreboard with 1 cap, 4 returns, 19 support points. We see Fred close by with 12 returns. We see that Hypnome is still a scrub with being at the bottom of the scoreboard. And almost having most whole time, just a little bit under that didn't help him there.